Well, I'm very excited that the church has been active for this long period of time because so many churches are falling by the wayside. And I think it's great and I think if it hadn't been for the pandemic, we would be a lot more active, but that sort of hurt us. Well, we came here and my husband was United Methodist minister, and we just were welcomed greatly, and everybody through our whole time here has treated us very nicely, and they still remember my children. They've been gone from the church for a long time, but they send them cards. My children send them cards, so I think that's great. It's kind of like the church I grew up in. I mean, probably I wouldn't go back there now, but up until recently, till my parents passed away, it was in Texas, and I used to go back, and the people remembered me, and I remembered them, and it's that way here. So it's great.
I mean, my family moved here. Edie and I moved here in '99 from Alabama, and we visited lots of churches in the area, and we immediately knew the first day that we visited LUMC, the senior pastor reached out to us that afternoon and literally got us engaged with people immediately. So we really felt a sense of welcoming, and so just being a part of being in a new state, being new, people just reached out to us, really made us feel at home. We really got involved in the church immediately. There were lots of outreach opportunities for us, and people were not hesitant to ask for us to get involved. So, I think it was just, getting involved in the church and the significance of the members of the church doing all the things that we do as far as outreach goes in the community. That's really the big thing for me. I can just tell you that the community is touched by what Lexington United Methodist has to offer, whether that be, I'm involved in the Blessing Box ministry. That's an outreach. Whether it's Habitat for Humanity, Licks. I mean, the community, I don't know what the community would do without Lexington United Methodist Church, and all the things that we do for outreach, into the community. I know things are different now than where they were in 1999, but we still cherish all those friendships that we've had. And a lot of those people have moved on, but they're still our closest friends. And we would not be where we are. We would not have those close ties and friends if we hadn't joined Lexington United Methodist Church and had not the senior pastor and the congregation welcomed us as we did. Because I'll tell you, I'm not naming churches, but we visited lots of churches. We never got calls, we never got follow-ups, we never got invites, so it was the outreach that brought us to the church. Our foundation and our kids' foundation started here and has grown. So,
well, first I want to congratulate the church on achieving 175 years. There are not many organizations or entities out there that can say they've been around for 175 years. But for me personally, I think this church has laid the foundation for me in my life. I've been a part of this church since I was 4 years old. I was confirmed here. I was an acolyte. I was part of United Methodist Youth Fellowship. And so the church has had a tremendous impact on my relationships, my friendships. Certainly my walk and my path with Christ has been developed and solidified here at this church. And I'm proud of what this church has accomplished over the last 175 years. It's been a very integral part of this community. It's been a foundation for many families, many individuals, and this community as well. I think this church is known as a very giving church, one that reaches out to the community. I think many of us in this church have learned to serve others better, including me, have been taught to give back. So the church has played a tremendous impact not only on my life, but the lives of a lot of folks in this community.
175 years. That is a long time. Happy anniversary to every member of this church. No matter what you might think, Susan and I have not been a member that long, but we have been here a long time. We've participated in many of the missions activities of the church and have been very impressed with both the turnout, the participation, the wonderful things we've done. The Legacy Fund has the great advantage of giving money to activities that will help us now. Some of them go to repair things, some of them go to missions, some of them go into a kitty to be used in the future. But all of that is good. I thank you for coming today. I congratulate you on 175 years, and we all look forward to the future.
We gave to the Legacy Fund because when we came here in 1984, this church immediately seemed like family, and we have continued to feel throughout the years that love of family in good times and in bad, and we are happy to be here and hope that our legacy lives on for another 175 years.
Very significant event of celebrating 175th that our church has survived since 1850 when it was in the little log cabin across the street. How we've just survived through all the bad things in the world and the good things in the world, and that we've been here for 175. Our church has continued to grow. Hopefully we'll be here for another 175. The people is what makes our church, the family that we are. It's such a caring and loving church that, you know, I've been coming here my whole life, all 68 years, and so it's always been home. It's always been a really family-oriented church, and our church has helped so much the people of our church, but then we help so many people that outside our church. You know, we the community and our blessing box, and so yeah, that's what I like about a church. One big, most of the time we're a happy family. We are caring also of our own family members, and I am one of the recipients of that. 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with jawbone cancer on this side, and so I was going to be out of work for, we didn't know how long. I ended up being out of work for 6 months. My church got together with Charles Gatch's famous band and did a gala for me, and we raised quite a bit of money. They raised quite a bit of money for me to help me for almost the 6 months that we were out of work, and so that to me just meant so much to me that my church cared enough about me to do all that to help me in probably one of my worst times of need. And yes, LUMC is a united Methodist church, and we are united so that we can help everyone and anyone that needs our help here at our church. It stood for 175 years, and again, I hope it stands for another 175 years. Okay, and here's my baby. But I am a little disappointed that there was no bacon on the menu. Decalours.
I'm Buddy Brewer. My wife and I have been going to Lexington United Methodist Church for close to 50 years. We moved to Lexington when Lexington had, I think, one stoplight in Lexington. And it was at Main Street and Church Street, I think. I worked for Allied Chemical. I worked in the accounting department after I graduated from University of South Carolina. And I would drive from my house to the Allied Chemical, and I might pass a dozen cars in the morning going to work. So as you can tell, Lexington has grown considerably since then. The reason I gave to Lynn and I gave to the 175th Legacy Fund is this church has meant so much to us and our family. When we were young and childless, when we were raising 2 daughters, and now as we're getting older, our 2 daughters were baptized here, they were confirmed here, one was married here. And we have so many fond memories of the older people that when we first became members, brought us in and invited us in and welcomed us with open arms. the day that we joined this church, we had one lady, Mrs. Murdy Harmon, who became just a wonderful person to us and a mentor, ask us to be on a committee. And from that day, we thought we were just part of the church. And we were. At that point, we were part of the church. This church has been a guiding light for 175 years to many, many people. And we hope it will continue to be for another 175 plus years.
Aren't we blessed to be celebrating our 175th anniversary of this church? I've been here 3 years, and when I got here, people told me about what the church had done, the legacy of the church, and so all I could do was just listen and hear that. But in these 3 years, I've been able to see it and watch you do it, and also participate with you in your mission and ministry of Jesus Christ. And it continues to be a great big blessing in my life. I'm so glad to be here with you all and participate in all the different ways that you are the light of Jesus Christ. You know, this is a thriving church. And this church has always thrived, and thriving means that things come and things go, people come and people go, things break, things get fixed, people get broken, people need fixed, and we pray together in all those things. And the Lord is in all of it. You know, somebody told me the other day, they said, Pastor, have you seen where we're at right now in our budget? I said, well, no, not today. They said, we're in a hole right now by $90,000 in our giving. I said, well, I don't know if that's right, because we've had folks given to the legacy fund. I mean, the legacy fund is at least $75,000 has been given to that. But they said, well, yeah, folks are giving in one pot and not the other. And my first thought was, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because in this church, you know, $90,000 could happen quicker than you could imagine. The money's always been there. And money comes from God's people, and God's people always give to this church. So I know that we got a long, long time ahead of us, and Lord's going to keep being with us. And I'm grateful for the generosity that you've given, not only in your tithing over all these many years that all of you have been a part of this church, but also what you've given to the legacy fund, that we can put a little bit away for the reserve fund, that we can put a little bit more away for missions and ministry, and then put even more money away for the maintenance of the building. We have maintenance things, you know, just like every church has. We got air conditioners that work one day and not the next. Condensers need replaced, and then something else goes wrong with them. We have multiple units of air conditioning in here, and then we have some that are broken probably right now as you're listening to this. They're very expensive. We have flat roofs that are leaking. If you walk down the connector room, all the tiles look nice right now because we replaced the tiles but didn't repair the roof. Next time it rains, it's going to come right back through those tiles again. So we are constantly, just like every church, in a state of flux, of fixing things in this big footprint of a church, so that the mission and ministry of Christ can happen within the walls and outside of the walls. Thank you for the way that you are part of generously helping this church in so many different ways, especially with your time and your talents. We're grateful for the chance to be able to be gathered today and have our bishop with us, Bishop Leonard Fairley and his wife Dawn, and for all those pastors who have been with us in the past who have come back to celebrate our special day. We are truly blessed with all your presence. We ask that you share the fruits of the Spirit with your brothers and sisters today and in all the days to come, that we continue to be thankful, truly thankful for all that the Lord has blessed us with for 175 plus years of loving God and God's families and people. Thanks be to God. God bless you all.